right, welcome back to From the Top Rope, presented by My Mom's Basement, presented by Barstool Sports. It is Robbie Fox and Jared Carrabis back again to talk about the Royal Rumble, the greatest Royal Rumble these eyes have ever seen from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. No, it wasn't that great. But there were some good things to talk about. I don't want to be all negative right off the jump. Carrabis, I'll throw to you right away. The OTC is back.
We're back. That's all we've been saying. Like all my Roman Bobos, like if you weren't in the room, because when it happened, I was with 3 Roman Bobos and we were high-fiving. We were like, we're back. Like we're done waiting around. And then all the other Roman Bobos that weren't there, we were texting each other. And even if I texted them, I said, we're back. But then other people texted me being like, we're back. Like we all just had the same notion about this. So very exciting times. But as you know, Bob, I'm an analogy guy, and I thought of an analogy for this event. So you have nephews, like there's young kids like in your family, and kind of like when you're the kid on Christmas, it's all about you. It's special. You wake up and it's awesome. But then there comes a time where you're the adult and it's no longer about you. So it's not special for you. And it's just like you're like, all right, like I need to grow up and this isn't special to me anymore. Because it was Saudi Arabia with the crowd was not great because it was 2 p.m. It was like every year I look forward to the Rumble. Like it's my favorite event. Like it's Christmas morning. And I'm like, oh man, like it's not Christmas morning. Like, I don't have that Christmas morning feeling anymore because of the time and because of, just the circumstances and, the women having to wear the Power Ranger jumpsuits, like all of it just was, I don't know, but it shouldn't be that way. Like we can next year, if it's in a different city, we can go back to it being Christmas morning. Like we can go back to being kids and having it be this fun, exciting event again. But as far as like now I'm like kind of like my big takeaway from the Rumble outside of we're back was I am worried about Mania next year in Saudi Arabia. Like
I know,
like I'm worried about it.
It's already awash in my mind. It's like, and I tweeted, I can't believe we got to watch the Rumble during the afternoon. Like, this sucks. And I got so many, this entitled American doesn't realize what we're putting up with in the UK. Listen, I get it. My point was, and it even made it easier for me.
By the way, this is an American product. Like, why?
It is, East Coast time supremacy.
Yeah, like you in the UK or wherever else in the world, if you love WWE, it's like you love an American product. Like if I fell in love with a fucking show like in the
British
UK
television show,
then I'd be like, all right, well that, it sucks for me, but I have to abide by like what they want to do. This is still an American product, but they're not treating it that way anymore. So now we have to
Jerry today.
these shit fucking start times. And even the people like in Saudi, it started like at 10 p.m. and it finished at 2 a.m.
which was cool. 2 a.m, which was also fucking so funny for Michael Cole to be like, and it's 2 a.m. here in Saudi Arabia. And then they finished with like 15 minutes of fireworks. Did they wake up the entire kingdom of Saudi Arabia? What the fuck was that? But my point was, it just takes away the aura. When you put on an afternoon event, the aura is gone. It happens with boxing. It happens with UFC. It happens with any sporting event. I mean, think about like a World Series game mid-afternoon. It just like doesn't make sense. Like you want a night game. You want like
prime time.
Oh my God, like prime time main event feel. And it didn't have that from the jump. But I said, you know what? I'm an open-minded guy. I'm going to keep an open mind about this. Hopefully they put on an amazing Royal Rumble. I do think the Saudi Arabia crowd has gotten a lot better from the time that they started.
Yes.
But they were like so strange as a crowd last night where like
they knew five wrestlers.
That's what it was like. They were prepped on like 5 to 10 wrestlers. Here's exactly what they do. Here's how to react to their music, sing along to every word. They were singing Rey Mysterio song. They were singing Rhea Ripley songs that typically aren't like the Cult of Personality type sing along. But then everyone else, they had absolutely no idea what to do with. It was so strange. And then like there were even really good matches. Like midway through the show, we have them going wild for Sami Zayn, singing his theme song. He's going crazy with the crowd. It's a cool, like, it feels like a hometown vibe, just the way they were all behind him. And then like 2 seconds into the match, they have their flashlights out and they're going, ah, da, 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 ole, ole. They're singing the Ole song.
They're doing
which
Thank You
I guess
Cena
is a
chants
Sami's entry.
randomly.
They're doing Thank You Cena. They're doing like, it was so 1 second they're into the match chanting at the top of their lungs. The next second the phones are out and they're like bored. It was so strange that combined with the afternoon thing, agreed, took all of the aura away from the event. It was just an auraless Royal Rumble in a weird way. Even when it was over, it was just like, yeah, all right. I guess that was it. Like that'll be a forgettable Royal Rumble in a few years.
Yeah, so like that's why I enjoy watching the PLEs with my friends that I trust their opinions, because the internet would tell you that this was the worst Royal Rumble of all time and yada yada. I enjoyed myself. Like I still enjoyed the event and the people.
I think
that
it was just
with.
fine, right? Are you with me on that? Like it wasn't like I didn't think it was great. I didn't think it was horrible. It was just like, all right. I guess that was the Rumble.
I was waiting for surprises. Like you and I were texting during it, and like I was waiting for the Jericho return, but like I think we kind of figured out how we could still make that awesome. Don't want to reveal too much about that unless you want to talk about it. But then there's like, where was Dom? Where was the Kofi spot? I thought that the Gunther AJ Styles match was awesome. I thought that Drew and Sammy was good enough. So that was a conversation topic on the couch. Was everyone gets so excited for the Royal Rumble match, but then like we talked about the history of the Royal Rumble. There's been some banger singles matches on Royal Rumble cards that just get lost in the shuffle because it's not the Rumble. But like Gunther AJ Styles was a great match. Like I enjoyed that very much. Like I was very emotionally invested in that.
Your boy Roman has great matches on the Royal Rumble card. That's Seth Rollins match.
Yeah.
Oh, so good. How about his match years ago against Kevin Owens, where he sent Kevin Owens through like 5 tables stacked on the outside from the turnbuckle on the inside. It was like a crazy match. There's a lot of really good Royal Rumble matches. I think last year was Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens ladder match Royal Rumble. That was incredible. That was insane. They beat the fuck out of each other. That Alabama slam through the ladder. Oh my god. Let's start at the women's Royal Rumble and go through the card a little bit, because there's some things about the women's Royal Rumble I wanted to point out. One being, I thought the Power Rangers outfits that they have to wear. God bless the ladies that had to be in that match for like 45 minutes, because I really do think it was kind of a sloppy match. Generally, Rumbles are going to be sloppy, but I thought this one was a little extra sloppy.
It was like crazy to say basketball game. Like the last 5 minutes were great, and like everything else we could
exactly. Dude, the last 5 minutes of this were awesome. Like a great closing stretch that felt like they all locked in when it was down to 3 people. It was like, oh, here's the point of the match where probably like TJ Wilson came in and said, all right, let's fucking call this as a banger. Like, let's make sure the final 5 minutes, the finish on the apron, which me and my brother were talking, they are starting to overuse the apron as like a Royal Rumble elimination. Like we're finishing every Royal Rumble on the apron. But I thought this one was really creative in the like soul snatcher attempt and then the oblivion off the thing. Really cool. The outfits. Am I crazy to say I think they were actually like hindering people's performances yesterday? When you're in a full, like crazy spandex latex outfit, some of them weren't even like Becky was wearing one that was a little like baggier, all of that extra material. And it's 2 a.m, I guess that could have hindered things as well. There were a couple moments where I'm like, I think if they were just wearing normal gear, that like that spot would have went better. Maybe I'm crazy about that, but it is like, you see them all coming out in the same thing. And they all just look like Power Rangers. Like you said, it's just strange. I thought Sol Ruca had the best gear of the entire Royal Rumble because she awesome. At least looked way different. She's like, awesome. She's a surfer character. So she looked like she left the van store in that.
How is she not on the main roster right now?
This should probably be the call up moment. You make it to the final 3 in the Rumble. I don't think we should send you back down to NXT.
And it's not just about like making it to the final 3. It's like you were the standout performer. Like wherever she got eliminated, let's say she got eliminated with 10 entrants to go, she still would have been the standout performer from that Rumble. Like when I think of that Rumble, I like all of the moments have her involved in it in some way.
Just crazy soul snatchers.
Dude, like it might be the best finisher in the entire company. Like of all the sub branches as well.
We did talk about it though. She's in a tough spot now with it where when you see a Sol Ruca match, you want to see the Soul Snatcher. Sorry, they're coming to arrest me. But you can't do it every night, I don't think. I just don't feel like Randy Orton is talking about how his back is just in shambles from years of doing the RKO.
Yeah.
Now you're throwing a flip in the mix. Now we're doing a full flip before the RKO. It's the kind of finisher that makes me think back to like Ember Moon in NXT when she would do the diving stunner from the top rope, where it's like, listen, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen, but I'm just looking out for you.
Hogan.
We want you to be able to do that for a while. Yeah. So that almost needs to be like a super finisher. I feel like she needs to do like a Cody cutter or something as her regular Soul Snatcher, and then you do the fucking crazy flip one. Yeah, or just like an RKO if you want to do that.
Some sort of submission
but
hold.
I could also see her doing some of the creative like DDP type shit where she's hitting it out of, you know, power bombs and all different types of moves where it's like out of nowhere, Soul Snatcher. Yeah. Sure, Randy Orton can come down, give her some tips on that. The surprises in this match, couple NXT call-ups, which were good surprises. JC Jane came up, Sol Ruca came up. The one I wanted to talk about, Brie Bella. Her music hits, and this crowd reacts like it's stone cold, like it's Daniel Bryan himself, like it's the Road Warriors in their prime. She gets in the ring. The yes chants were fucking insane. It also looked like Nikki Bella, I think, was like tearing up when they finally do the hug thing. But Nikki Bella is back to the hard cam, so you can't see what she's doing. She must have been in the ring. I'm excited for like their next podcast clips. She must have been like, what the fuck? This is the loudest reaction Brie Bella has ever got.
Ever.
And they're just going insane. It was like a nice moment to bring her back. I know she's wanted to come back forever, and there's been the weird thing of like, well, my husband's in the rival company right now, so things are strange. But I assume she'll have a quick little run. I don't think she's going to be like a full part-timer, but I wouldn't be shocked if they give the Bellas a WrestleMania match now.
But also, Bob, like, out of all places for her to return, like Daniel Bryan is super anti
the place that Daniel Bryan wouldn't even go to.
Yeah, like he wouldn't even hop on a plane and go over there for any amount of money. And it's like, all right, yeah, I can't go back to WWE because my husband's in AEW. But it's like your husband is super against the Saudi shows, and
we won't talk about it at the table.
Getting a
maybe she went and had like chicken there too. She's like, he's fucking vegan in the house. He's not letting me go to Saudi. I'm breaking all the rules this weekend.
Yeah, I was very surprised for that. Like, I didn't even consider the AEW factor. I immediately just went to like, didn't this dude like outright refuse to go to Saudi Arabia? And here you are. Yeah, I feel like, you know, it was interesting to me because everyone took immediately Brie Bella's return as Daniel Bryan can't be that far behind. And even I saw like Bubba Ray like tweeted it. He's like, Danielson's coming. I mean, that was like before we even saw like the Bubba Ray tweet, we were all like, what does this, you know, kind of mean? But I don't know.
I don't think he's coming back, if I'm being honest. He'll come back to like get inducted into the Hall of Fame one day. I think he's just so happy doing nothing in AEW. Like, not doing nothing. He does commentary, but he's also apparently off the road right now because he's been having such bad neck issues he can't travel to do commentary, which is like,
that's bad. Yeah,
I hate to hear that.
Yeah.
So I don't think this means he's like, oh, Daniel Bryan's next. I don't think so.
Yeah,
unfortunately, like I'd love for him to come back and have a quick little WWE run again. Like, I'd be fine with that. I would also be fine if he didn't. He's had a great AEW run. Like
the Brie Bella moveset is just Daniel Bryan's moveset. Like, I forgot about that because
she adopted the yes kicks. Yeah,
like they didn't lean into it until Total Divas showed that Brie Bella was married to Bryan Danielson. And then once that was out there, she kind of just took over his entire moveset, including his like yes chant and all that. Like she's basically just like running out there like it's almost like in like WWE 2K when you just like it's like you just make the character someone else, like when they have like
Miss
Undertaker
Pac-Man.
and Kane.
You know, just like put a bow on Pac-Man and you're like, Miss Pac-Man.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so that's what that was. But I don't know. It's cool to see her come back. Cool to see her get a pop.
A lot of production mistakes in this pay-per-view, PLE, whatever you want to call it, which I found strange. Like right before Brie's music hit, they did this spot with Asuka and Kairi Sane like both going over the top rope, and then it looked like on the outside Asuka was about to turn on her, and then Brie's music hit, so they just like abandoned that spot completely. And then when Brie came out, they also had the camera on such a wide angle like crane or drone shot for so long. You almost like missed her entrance. And there were multiple moments in the men's match that I felt like they missed as well,
Dude,
which
the
I thought
Brock
was
elimination.
strange.
What the fuck was that?
The Brock elimination.
What are we
We'll
doing?
get to hold on. We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Pump the brakes.
I got a lot on the men's match I want to talk about. AJ Gunther, I had the same thoughts as you. I thought it was really good. I wrote, it's a shame that it happened a month after the Cena match, because it just felt like, you know, when it's just literally the same opponent, literally the same finish, pretty much the same match to a degree. It just, it didn't have the same, like, oh my God, people are getting emotional about this one. But
I think it was good. The crowd too. I think it was a different crowd.
They're in Georgia.
Have to be,
oh my God.
Doesn't even have to be an American crowd. It can just be somewhere, anywhere, like just lively. Like it wasn't exactly like, I agree. I didn't really think of that there wasn't much time in between AJ's retirement match and Cena's to where like we just had this emotional like dumping as a fan. Where like I've given you all the tears that I have. I need some time to
the
recover.
Earthquake. This was like an aftershock.
And not only that, but we didn't have the buildup really, you know, like everyone's like, man,
so quick.
The last year we didn't realize we were watching AJ's retirement tour as well. Like we didn't like savor those moments. It was just kind of like, all right, you want to put your career on the line? Sounds good. Choke some motherfucker out. All right, see you later. That's it. Have fun. It
is like a nice full circle. He debuted at the Royal Rumble 10 years ago, and then you get him here. Then he does the thing afterwards, which the crowd also didn't know how to react to, where he takes the gloves off. Everyone's going, no, 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 no. Then he puts the gloves back on, which made everyone kind of think, okay, a couple weeks ago, he said, the end of my WWE career. And wheels start turning. Okay, does he want to finish a career in TNA where he started? Does he want to go back to New Japan for a quick match? Does he want to have a quick run in AEW where he could finish it against Kenny Omega and it's Bullet Club leader versus Bullet Club leader, something like that? But then Triple H on the post show said, I had conversations with AJ where he promised me he's absolutely done for good and he'll never step foot in a ring again. So I don't know what to think about that, because honestly, I wouldn't be that mad if AJ wanted to go do something like that and have like a final match that meant a little more to him than we're putting Gunther over. I would be completely okay with him going to TNA and having one last, match with his TNA music or something. I don't think it would take away from this, again, especially because it was in Saudi. And I want to say that too. Some people said, oh, afternoon shows lose all the aura. What if it was in London? It's completely different if it's in London, because they would have had one of the greatest crowds a Royal Rumble has ever seen. That makes up for the aura. The crowd makes up for the aura lost there. So like, no, I think it would have been way better in London.
Or like France or
France, exactly. Or any of the fucking international places they've been going. Put it in Puerto Rico, put it in Canada, put it in Toronto again. Like
Montreal.
I'm not just trying to be Patriot Rob here and say we need all the events in America. It's just like, this is the one crowd that appears like they don't have like the wrestling history and like
don't have the
fandom in their blood where it's like, oh my God, this music hits and I know instantly. It's like a Schrodinger's reaction or whatever. That's not the right thing. Schrodinger's, no.
You thinking, what was it, Pavlov,
maybe the dog. I'm thinking, the reaction right away. Schrodinger's with the cat that's maybe dead in the box or something. That's definitely not what I was trying to reference. Then Sammy Drew, good match. I think they suffered from going right after the AJ Gunther thing. And it's a very similar, like, underdog versus big, heavy, hard hitter European storyline. Like, it was almost the same match. It was very good. I enjoyed it. And they beat the fuck out of each other. They tried hard. But it was one where, like, I wanted the crowd to be into Sammy here, like they were into Sammy against Roman Reigns at the Chamber a few years ago. And they just weren't.
Yeah, so a couple things with this match. One, the believability wasn't there for me. Like when Roman had that match against Sammy in Montreal, I was like, maybe, I don't know. Like I feel like now is not the time, and this is not the, like, because of how many consecutive days Roman was champion. It's like, you're not going to take it off of him at this event, but it was like, but
a
maybe
month before WrestleMania. But there was, I mean, I'm not going to lie, there's false finishes in that match where I was like, no way.
Yeah, like that. And it's like the idea that you could have, if you wanted to, you could, like, fucking Kane Stone Cold it and just put it right back on Roman, like the next Raw, if you wanted to. So like there was believability to an extent for that match. This one, no. It's like, Drew just won the thing. It would have made, and Drew's had too many, one is enough. Like a brief title run of like 24 hours or 26 minutes or whatever it was. So they weren't going to do that to him. Like he hasn't even had the title for a month yet. And Sammy just didn't have the buildup. Like there was no like, I feel like Daniel Bryan is kind of the gold standard for that.
Yeah.
Where you build up so much momentum and it's like, well, now it's undeniable. Like I don't care what your plans were. These are the new plans. Like this guy's winning. Like he didn't have anything close to that either. So yeah, like good match, but I couldn't even suspend my belief that Sammy had a chance.
Do you think there is any aspect of them putting Sammy in this match so the crowd didn't hijack the Rumble in his favor? Like, do you think there was any chance that he would happen where it was like they're booing the Rumble winner because it wasn't Sammy? Like if Roman won, I think they're a more lenient crowd. I think they would have cheered Roman anyway. But there was part of me thinking, did they put Sammy in the title match because they just want to make sure that it doesn't ruin like the Royal Rumble match if he gets eliminated?
These were happy-go-lucky fans. These are not the smart
true.
marks. Like if this was in Philly, I don't know. I don't know how it goes down. I don't know. But
well, I don't even think like my thought was like Sammy in Saudi, he's cutting promos in Arabic. He's like really like catering to that crowd. They love him there. In Philly, I don't think they would have hijacked it for Sammy necessarily. Like
no.
I do think they would have fucking reacted to some of the surprises in Philly.
Definitely. Yeah.
So some of the surprises you got going on to the men's Rumble match. Mr. Iguana comes out.
Before we move on, this was a topic of discussion at the dork party. Is Sami Zayn the only guy who's on whatever level it is, like B tier? Is he the only B tier guy that has the tenure that he has that hasn't won a title? Not like a world heavyweight,
like a world title. Yeah.
Like we threw out Shinsuke,
question.
but like I don't think they're on the same level. Like LA Knight, like he doesn't have the tenure.
He doesn't have the tenure. Kevin Owens got one. My mind goes right to him. Finn Balor got one, even though it was like such a brief one-day thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like he held that title. I think Sammy's the guy. I'm sure.
The only guy.
I'm sure when he puts this out, someone will comment. There's got to be someone on the roster.
I literally, I looked at the roster, Bob. I went up and down the roster, and
I think it's him. And I think he will get that title one day. I truly do believe one day they will tell the right comeback story. Maybe it's when Gunther finally wins it. And it's like, they already told that story at WrestleMania 40 where he beat him for the IC title. He did the fucking crazy brain buster on the turnbuckle. Maybe you retell that story 2 or 3 years from now, and it's Sammy's last, gasp at a title shot. And he does the thing where he says, if I don't beat you, I'll never challenge for the title again. Or he puts his fucking career on the line and everyone goes, oh my God, Gunther's going to retire Sammy. And then Sammy wins. That would be sick.
Yeah, that would be, he deserves it.
I kind of gave myself chills talking about that.
Even if it is like, I don't know, in between like WrestleMania season run, like, yeah, it would be cool just to see him get one. But
and then Royal Rumble match. I wanted to right away say, I think the surprises in this match were poorly booked for Saudi Arabia. But if they were anywhere else, I think they get huge reaction. Mr. Iguana, I think, is hysterical. He's gone super viral. People went crazy when they even showed him in the crowd at a pay-per-view. It was after they acquired AAA. So it might have been WrestleMania they showed him in the crowd. People went fucking crazy. Powerhouse Hobbs. Interesting debut. We heard he might be coming to WWE. We knew his AEW deal was over. They hit you on screen with Powerhouse Hobbs, and then they flash his new name, Royce Keys, which I think is not as good a name, which was weird to like visually show us a downgrade.
Yeah.
Less than no reaction. Less than no, like,
are you surprised?
0.0. Not really, I guess, but I think literally anywhere else he gets a huge reaction. I think in Puerto Rico, I think in Toronto, I think in Montreal, I think in London, anywhere else. People are educated enough to know AEW. La Parka. And listen, I know this isn't the OG La Parka. I know it's like the third La Parka. We're talking about La Parka here. This is a legend. This is the chairman of WCW. He's coming out. They got even the music that sounds like the fucking Thriller ripoff or whatever. Less than no reaction. And I got so many people, oh, what? You think he would have got a reaction in Corpus Christi? I don't know. I think he would have got a reaction in a lot of these places. In like wrestling educated cities, maybe not in a Corpus Christi. In Chicago, in New York, in Boston, in Montreal, and again, these cities that I'm naming that we've seen them beat great crowds, I do think they give him at least a little bit of a reaction. When he came out to no reaction, I said, cancel next year's WrestleMania.
I saw that. Yeah.
Dude, El Grande Americano ×2. No reaction. What the fuck? That was an amazing spot.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't do enough with it. I think like once they had them both in the ring.
I wanted 3. I wanted them to hit us with another one. I wanted to have the 3 faces of El Grande Americano in there and to have like it be Omos. Just be like, what's happening?
Yeah, that's what people were. Oh, we completely skipped over the fucking masked man angle. And then you saying Omos triggered that because I was like, I saw people guessing that it might have been Omos. Yeah, I don't know.
The Max Man angles, man. Like, if you're gonna do a Max Man angle, and I know that Triple H is we're in the business of stories. Listen, if you're gonna do that, I want him to pull the fucking shiesty off there,
right then and there.
I don't want to. Okay, we'll tune into Monday Night Raw, and maybe we'll get some answers tomorrow. And I know that's what the whole purpose is. But it's just like, come on with the Max Man storylines. It just has such a lack of creativity to do it now when you just did it at War Games.
Yeah. It's kind of stale when I don't even really care who it is. Like,
dude, me too. And especially when the last time you revealed it was Austin Theory. No offense to Austin Theory. He seems like a really nice guy.
Yes.
It's just like this experiment. How long are we going to let it go on, man? I don't think he's got it. I'm sorry. He's a good wrestler. He's got a good look. He just doesn't have it. And maybe one day, maybe I'll eat these words. I hope I do. He's still super young. I think he's younger than me. And I'll say, okay, he found it. But Jesus Christ, man. When the last one's Austin Theory, and you're saying this one, it could be Logan Paul. Maybe it could be Jake Paul. Who gives a fuck?
Unless, I feel like
also, it wasn't Jake Paul. They're not letting Jake Paul. They're not trusting him with a fucking curb stomp.
No. And also, I don't know if you saw the sleuths on the internet, but obviously the stomp, they want you to think it's Seth, but then he did some like Mox gyration.
He did this. I saw that he did the shoulder roll thing. Yeah,
it's like it's neither. It's gonna be neither.
It's definitely not Mox. Because also, have people seen Mox in AEW? The guy's like 280 pounds and fucking jacked now. That wasn't Mox.
Yeah, I don't know. Like that's how you know it's bad. Was I don't really know who it is, and I don't know that I care at this point.
No, I don't really care.
Yeah.
Little things they set up in the match. Obafemi has a great run, eliminates the first 6 or 7 people in the Rumble match, makes it pretty far. I honestly thought the way they were setting him up, I was like, okay, he's a surefire Final Four guy. Like we're going to have, they like to do that sometimes where they put like a new guy in the Final Four. And it's like, maybe they fucking go crazy and do it here. They don't do that. They go to give us the Brock face-off, which the crowd was going to go crazy for. And then they hit like the Miz's music right as they did it as like they did this a couple times where it was like supposed to be a funny spot, I think, where it was like, the goofball's coming out now. And every time I just felt like you'd made the moments worse.
Yeah, the first face-off, we were kind of all universally agreed that we didn't want them to touch. Like have the face-off, tease the moment, but no hands on each other. And then they had the second face-off, and like Brock fucking tossed him. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like, why are you doing that? Yeah. Like, what? Like, if anything, then have Obafemi do something to Brock. Like, what? And then
I guess they let him hit him with a clothesline and took him off his feet like that.
Was that memorable?
Brock bumped for him at least. Yeah. Brock like took a decent bump, but like it was so strange even to have him and Braun 1 and 2. I was like, oh shit, that's a fucking fun 1 and 2. Like, what an awesome choice. And then you have the Max Man. It was just a lot of like, hey, we're gonna give you something cool. Nah, just kidding. Like, we'll give you that later. Like, it was a lot of that. They were edging us the whole Rumble. They were fucking edging us, giving us blue balls. And then it pissed me off to have Brock eliminate him. And I know a lot of people said, oh, well, they're setting up for a WrestleMania match. Oba will get his back. I'm not so sure about that because Brock hasn't always been the kind of guy to willingly give one back. Bring up fucking Dean Ambrose, WrestleMania 32, when it was like, oh my God, this is the star-making match. Brock was like, nah, I'm just going to squash him in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But they then to do that, I was like, all right, at least like, you know, I guess Brock's going to be Final Four. No, no, no. Brock's going to be eliminated unceremoniously 30 seconds later by a combination of LA Knight and Cody Rhodes. You couldn't even give one guy the Brock elimination rub. During Jey Uso's entrance, while half the arena is still yeeting, and completely missed it. What the fuck is this booking?
I think that had to have been a mistake. I mean, but again,
I think it might have been. Again, like production mistakes were all over this pay-per-view.
Yes, so you would think that it's a mistake, but like Cody doesn't really make mistakes like that, you know? Like if it was
No, he doesn't.
If it was like, oh,
was
like
it just bad timing thing, they were like, we gotta get Brock out of the ring right now. And like,
yeah, but like like it's not like they couldn't hear the music playing. Like it's like, oh, we missed our cue. It's like, how do you miss your cue? You can fucking hear the music.
The entire arena is also going like that at the same time. Like that's the cue.
Yeah, it's like how if that wasn't the plan, how did it happen? Like how was that allowed to happen if that wasn't how it was supposed to go down? I don't know. So it's either
thought of we're gonna have Brock in this match and nobody's gonna look better because of it is weird.
Yeah, I wasn't even looking because like they were fucking yeeting and I was like, all right, yeah, you know, I'll look up in a second. And then they were like, what the fuck? And I like looked up and they're like, I was like, what happened? They eliminated Brock. I was like, how do you do that in the middle of Jay's entrance?
And then I did think Roman coming out right afterwards and trying to run it back and then hitting him with the fucking uppercut that he had. It's very funny. Good spot.
Also, speaking of Roman, I think they also kind of dropped the ball when you had 3 members of the Vision in there. And how is Roman not part? Like, how does he not come out and just kind of clear house with all those guys? You can close a chapter on, you know, Roman and the Vision and all that bullshit. But like,
toss them.
They were all gone.
They probably want to go back to that, dude. Triple H is probably like, we're still in the first inning of that story. They did set up Cody and Drew. I think they're setting up a triple threat. Am I crazy for that? I know it was rumored, but they have Drew come out, eliminate Cody, which shout out our guy Nate. I love Nate, but he wasn't watching the Rumble live. He was on a flight, so I was texting him updates. They said Drew just eliminated Cody. Drew wasn't in the match. He responded, so Cody's still in. I was like, motherfucker, we've been doing 30 years of Royal Rumbles. If someone not in the match eliminates you, you're just out. He was like, right. I was like, come on, Nate, lock in for me. I know you're on a plane. Lock in for me. But then they had like Jacob look of, you know, whoa, what's going on here? And he gets tossed. So I think they're going to do a triple threat there.
Do you remember the Royal Rumble? It might have been what, 99, I want to say, where the guys with the straight jackets came out for Kane and he had to self-eliminate to avoid going back to the insane asylum.
Yeah.
That was bullshit, dude.
Oh, by the way, speaking of Kane,
2001 Royal Rumble champ.
Well, I almost tweeted. I just get a text out of the blue the other day, Friday, 1:43 p.m. Want to know a fun fact, Bob? I said always. Kane is
by the way, you never know where those text messages are gonna go because like
not always wrestling.
Sometimes it's a fun fact about Kane. Sometimes it's a theory about Chris Benoit. You never know.
Correct. And sometimes it's I just saw David Gilmour on the street. He told me to fuck off. But I never know where these texts are going.
Tell the people the fun fact again.
Kane has won more TLC matches than Jeff Hardy. Crazy fun fact, if I'm being honest. I'll still tweet that out. I'm just going to tweet that text exchange and say, guess which person texted me
this. Yeah. And then you're like, what? Like, how do you think of this stuff? I was like, it's January. Like, this is the
we got no baseball
month of my entire year. January. There's not a fucking thing for me to do in January besides the Rumble.
That's where Baseball Reference gets exited out and like Cage Match gets pulled up.
Correct.
Pro Wrestling Database gets pulled up.
Yeah. I was just curious, you know, it's like, well, I know Kane, I think he's wrestled the most matches
in WWE. Yeah. I think most matches and most pay-per-view matches. I think like he has both records. Pretty sure.
The GOAT. Yeah.
Cena came close, but obviously he's not getting those. And I also, am I crazy to say, I don't know if Kane's wrestled his last match. Am I crazy to say that? Because I know he's the mayor now and he's more concerned with politics and stuff and he's getting old. But like, I wouldn't be shocked if he comes back for one last run in Saudi.
So I had this conversation recently with my buddy Tommy, who he's my workout partner, but he's the guy that, you know, we've compiled a list of like 100 entrance themes. So I have like a TV in the gym downstairs. So we just play like a YouTube playlist, and like we're gonna get like the Raw is War flags to hang from the ceiling.
Nice.
And then we looked on like Facebook Marketplace for chain link fences. Like we want to like build like an actual like Titantron scene.
You want it to look like the set, like where they would like cut promos and shit.
Backstage, yeah.
Yeah.
So we got on the topic of Kane, and I was like, man, like, yes, he's my favorite wrestler of all time, but I feel like people don't realize like all these records that he had, like in terms of the pantheon of wrestling greats, like he's number one.
These
basically.
records you're talking. I mean, listen, the most matches is impressive.
That's
some of these records you bring up are, but I should be like
a big man, Bob.
They don't talk about the records that Luke Skywalker has with the Rebel Alliance.
Okay, but like even just like,
you know what I mean? Like when we're talking about wrestling records, come on.
How many matches a year he wrestled?
That's impressive. Yeah,
a long time as a big man and as a guy under a mask for half of it. Like that's very impressive. And I said, as not just like I am the biggest Kane fan who probably ever lived. Like I think that's
agreed.
Yeah, like I think I'm the number one Kane fan.
More than like Kane's parents. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, since day one. Like I'm not even like I discovered him and thought he was cool in the like since day one. Number one Kane fan. To land the plane here, I never got my retirement match. I never got my goodbye. It was just like, you know, we phased out. We became corporate Kane. So like that, like the real Kane character died, but he was still here. And then like the shitty corporate Kane character got phased out, but then he came back as the mayor to win the 24/7 title. And then the fucking Saudi match with DX. It's like, at no point was it ever like, thank you, Kane. Like that, like the send off, like that moment never happened. And for a guy that gave the business as much as he did, how does he not have the send off? Like he deserves, like, I love AJ Styles, but not an OG WWE guy, has no fucking records. 10 years, great. That 10 years is awesome. Like that's a hell of a run. But like Kane for fucking almost 30 plus years, no send off. What are we doing?
Listen, in fairness, if Kane didn't run for mayor, he probably gets a send off if he wants one. You know what I mean? If he doesn't, if he says I'm sticking around WWE, never goes into the politics career, and he decides this year, okay, I'm hanging it up, I think that they would give him a big send off. It's just we have reached the point where it's like there's no way a send off match would be good. He almost just needs like a send off, like an Undertaker WrestleMania 40 moment, and then induction into the Hall of Fame, so we could chant "Thank you, Kane" there.
Yeah, or
you know
like,
what I mean?
He should. I mean, the right thing to. I mean, everything got fucked up because if he put his career on the line, the rub should have gone to Bray Wyatt, who's no longer.
Yeah,
here.
that would have been good.
Like, who the fuck? Who beats Kane to give them the rub in a great story?
See, that's why I don't even think he'd do it, because like, is beating Kane a rub at this point? Is beating the mayor of Knox a fucking rub?
Knox County.
Knox County. Yeah.
No, I don't think so. Yeah, the moment is past, and it got flubbed. Just like his whole fucking career, where he only got a 24-hour window of being the WWE champion.
He got world heavyweight champion later.
That's
my fucking guy Rey Mysterio, who only got like 5 minutes because of
the runner-up title. That's bullshit. He should have won. He should have won the 2001 fucking Royal Rumble, and he still should have been. He should have multiple title reigns, not one 24-hour one. We got fucked.
Let's talk about WrestleMania real quick, because I think they set up Roman winning. I think, considering Cody, Drew, and Jacob, I think is the direction there. I think Roman versus Punk is probably the direction, which I think is going to be great. They were great last year when they were talking about Paul Heyman and fighting over him and everything. Now you take Seth out of the equation. I at least think they take Seth out of the equation of this one and make it a one-on-one match. I think that's a fucking banger WrestleMania main event right there.
We skipped over the fact that Brock came out with Paul Heyman.
He did, and they made a big note of that, which made me think, does that tie back into the Max Man thing? Did Paul Heyman want, because Paul Heyman was screaming, that's Seth Rollins. That was Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins attacked him. Is Paul Heyman the mastermind behind that because he wanted Brock to win? But then, like, you want to tell that story, make Brock go further in the match. You know what I mean? Like Brock didn't even have a chance of winning. At no point did Brock look like he was going to win that match.
No, but we've seen that story before. Either way,
do they do Oba versus Brock? Do you think they actually are going in that direction and they'll put Oba over? I would hope so as well. But like, is Brock retiring at SummerSlam this year? Like people think he is in Minnesota. If that's the case, do you have him give someone a rub at WrestleMania and then give someone a rub at SummerSlam right away? Does that remove the rub from SummerSlam, which is in turn the rub that you got from John Cena at the Indianapolis pay-per-view, WrestlePalooza?
So when Cena was on the way out, it was like, this guy's an actor now. He's balding. He's not full-time.
Hey, hair plugs.
He hasn't won a singles match since 2018 or whatever it was. So yes, like you were beating a watered down version of John Cena on his way out in his retirement year. Brock is arguably in the best shape of his entire life right now. Like the best Brock has ever looked, the scariest. He's got the long hair and the beard and the cowboy hat. And
look,
like he is the scariest he's ever looked. He's the most physically imposing he's ever looked. So if he loses his last SummerSlam and WrestleMania matches, it's not like, oh man, he's washed up. It's like, no, like
true.
You conquered the beast. Like
it's
people do
like,
that sometimes.
Is it half-assing two things when you should whole-ass one thing?
So, I mean, Cena didn't win every match of his retirement tour. Like he put over
no
big.
But I feel like it's a little different though, because like you said, like Brock still has like more of a
unbeatable presence.
Yeah,
like beating.
And if you put Oba over WrestleMania, who would you put over it at SummerSlam? Gunther and let Gunther retire him as well, career killer.
No brainer. Yeah.
But then you're at the point with Gunther where it's like, it feels a little strange to me that he feels like the WWE's final boss right now. Even the fact that you put him out in this Rumble and you had Roman toss him over the top rope, it was a little strange to me to like make that call. And I know you could lean on, he had a match prior in the night, so he came into the Rumble weaker and everything. But it's just like, I don't know, he just fucking retired Goldberg, John Cena, and AJ Styles since last year's WrestleMania. And it doesn't even feel like he's in the stratosphere of the title picture. Like there's no chance where he'll be anywhere near the title picture. And I know you don't need that necessarily, but was it not so much better when the true final unbeatable boss of WWE was Roman Reigns and he had the title? Did that not make the drop to Cody that much more satisfying for all the Cody fans, being like, this was the true, it's not like, oh yeah, you know, Brock for a long time was the final boss without the title. When he beat Undertaker at WrestleMania, it was like, all right, we got to get the fucking title on this guy. Like, put him over John Cena because he's obviously the guy. Gunther feels like the guy right now.
So I have a Vince McMahon take here, not about Vince, but like Vince would feel this way, I'm assuming. Gunther doesn't have the look to be the final boss guy.
He does.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
He looks like, listen, all due respect to Gunther, I don't mean this in a mean way. He looks like a giant Nazi. Is that not the greatest, perfect final villain?
Villain, yes. Like he can get heat, but like he doesn't have the physique. Like look at Brock, look at Roman.
Come on, bro.
There's
different body types, but his physique at this point is the most like imposing. Like this guy's fucking massive. Him in a match with Dragunov, he could slap him through a wall.
He's tall and chubby. That's it. Like he's not.
That's imposing. Watch the UFC, bro. Some of the heavyweights in this division. Look at Tom Aspinall. He's got a body like him.
Not the UFC. This is the WWE. This is the land of the giants. This is the land of the giants, and he's just tall. He's just
Daniel
tall.
Cormier is one of the goats. He's like fucking chubby. 5'8" and chubby.
He's tall and chubby. He's not Brock. He's not Roman. He's not Kane. Those are physically imposing big men.
He basically is Kane. Kane wore a fucking t-shirt because he had the same body.
There, Bob. No, he's not
better
Kane.
in-ring wrestler than Kane.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
You know what? You're gonna make me say it. His moveset sucks.
Oh, no, it doesn't. Stop it.
Go sweepy, Mike.
Old school.
Sweepy.
That's old school. What? Kane's moveset is awesome. Uppercut, sidewalk slam,
choke slam. There's a reason why they almost went out of business.
Uppercut,
when
sidewalk
the
slam,
was
choke
a fucking
slam.
finisher. And a power bomb? A power bomb.
Power bombs are awesome.
Power bombs are
Just
great.
listen to the words that just came out of your mouth. Bomb.
Hey, your friend Kevin Owens was like, "This sucks as a finisher. I'm gonna go with something cool like the stunner."
That still rocks. The
Kevin Owens
power bomb is still an awesome finisher.
Kevin Owens had a pop-up power bomb because he was like, a standard power bomb shouldn't be able to finish off anyone. I need to do something cool with the power bomb. And then even after that, he said, "This move sucks. I'm gonna do the Stone Cold Stunner."
He still does it. He still does it. But it's I think it's
Doesn't pin anyone with it.
Can I hit everyone on the roster with the pop-up power bomb? No. Can I hit everyone on the roster with the stunner? Yes.
You know what, Bob? The power bomb sucks as a finisher, and the sleeper is a move that was designed when fucking Raw was on the USA Network and they were in commercial. That's what the sleeper is for. It's like, all right, hey, red lights off. All right, just got to pretend like we're still wrestling here, and there's live audience, so we got to pretend like we're still wrestling. That's what the sleeper hold is. And this fat fucking chubby fuck is out here finishing off legends with a sleeper hold. The commercial move, no.
And by the way, I like the way he finished AJ Styles more than Cena. That's how they should have finished Cena.
Out.
Exactly. It was way better. It was way better.
I agree with that. But
he didn't smile too. The smile takes away the fucking,
agreed.
You're putting him over by not smiling, by being like, "Oh my God, this guy took me out."
I agree. But when we go back to that era of Roman 1,316 days as champion consecutively, he looked the part. And Brock beating The Undertaker at WrestleMania. The whole point was Vince being like, if it's not Brock, then who is capable of beating you at WrestleMania? And Mark was like,
should have been Bray.
Why does anyone have to beat me at WrestleMania? Like he wanted to keep the streak forever. Obviously, he did business once Vince said that Brock's going over tonight. He didn't fight it, but he's like, "Are you sure?" Brock was the most believable guy because of how he looked. Gunther, it's like, "Oh, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna hug my neck
at that point?
You're gonna hug my neck, fatty?" Like that's no.
Speaking of him, though, all right. Speaking of Gunther, what do you do with him for WrestleMania? Because he's in a weird spot right now, and I have a list right now I have like 12 guys right now where I'm like, I don't know what you do with them at WrestleMania, but they need to be on the card. What do they do with him? He's in such a weird spot. Do they find a legend to come out of retirement for him to retire? Can you get one more match at a Kurt Angle right now? Well, like, what do they do with him?
That's a good question.
Dude, let me just rattle off these names. Gunther, Finn Balor, Rhea Ripley, Dominic Mysterio, Penta, LA Knight, Randy Orton, Sami Zayn, Ilya Dragunov, the Usos, Carmelo Hayes, the U.S. champ, Solo and Tama Tonga, tag team champs. I don't know what you do with any of those people. And I'm sure they're going to figure it out. They'll be on the card. But, like, what do you do? I wrote, can you do a ladder match for the U.S. title? Carmelo Hayes defends against Finn Balor, Dom Mysterio, Penta, Sammy, and Dragunov, which is basically last year's IC Fatal 4, spruced up, made a ladder match. I don't know if you want to do Balor, Dom, and Penta in a multi-man match at WrestleMania 2 years in a row. But, like, I love the crazy ladder matches at WrestleMania where you stack it up like that and make it crazy. It's like, what the fuck are they gonna do, like Trick Williams versus Randy Orton? Because they had a little like back and forth in the Royal Rumble. Like, you could do that. That'd be fun. But, like, I don't know. Is Jericho going to be in the company at that point? A lot of people expected Jericho here. Is he going to be in the WWE by WrestleMania? I think there's a chance. Is Kevin Owens going to be back by then? Is there something you could do with the two of them? I've known for a long time, Kevin Owens has said one of the only things on his bucket list for wrestling is he wants to wrestle Finn Balor at WrestleMania. He's like very publicly said he loves Finn. They're very good friends. So he wants to have like a big WrestleMania moment with him. I think it'd be kind of sick if you bring Kevin Owens back as a babyface, big babyface. He has a match against Finn Balor, big heel at WrestleMania, and you treat that as a double turn. And you have Finn Balor go on this big babyface run to end 2026 against monster heel Kevin Owens. I should probably fucking text him and just pitch this because I think it'd be fire. But, like, how long has it been since we got a true double turn? And to do it at WrestleMania, that'd be sick.
I mean, the double turn is Austin Brett at 13. But
Austin Brett, and then I think the next best one we ever got was Ziggler and Del Rio had a great double turn, like way back.
But he went back the next night.
Yeah, they went. That was fucking horrible Vince booking. But like
Yeah.
that match, the double turn they actually did, it might have been Breaking Point or something like that, or Battleground. It was some match with some pay-per-view with a B, I think. But something like that would be cool. Feels like Finn Balor is building momentum right now. Like after the CM Punk feud, they're going to do something big with him at WrestleMania this year. I just don't know what it is. I also feel like Finn Balor as a heel has overstayed his welcome a little bit. The Judgment Day has overstayed their welcome a little bit.
Agreed. Yeah. Like the Judgment Day is
4 years. Judgment Day has outlasted the Attitude Era. Like that's a little ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, yes. So I was there when they introduced Rhea as the person under the mask. Yeah, that was in Providence.
I mean, it did great things for her, and like it saved Dominic Mysterio's career. They did great things, but like at this point, like let's dissolve the Judgment Day.
Think about how much Rhea has done since, like, she's had a whole career out since leaving the Judgment Day. Like everything that she's known for is what she's done since being out of the Judgment Day. Like Damian Priest went from focal point of the Judgment Day to world heavyweight champion to wrestling on main event since leaving Judgment Day. Like there's so much that has happened. And like Dom has kind of been out of everyone that has been affiliated with the Judgment Day. Dom is the breakout star.
Of course. Absolutely. I mean, when he went into the Judgment Day, I didn't know any like Dominic Mysterio fans other than myself. I was always a Dom Mysterio guy because I support the Nepo babies of the like idols I have. I have this take across the board where I said it in the office the other day about Gracie Abrams. You probably don't even know who that is.
No.
But she's J.J. Abrams' daughter. And I said, before I even heard a note of her music, I was like, yeah, I support her because I love her dad makes great Star Wars movies. Well, he made a great Star Wars movie, then one that wasn't so great. But I still love him as a director anyway. So I was like, listen, I'm supporting the Nepo baby. Dom Mysterio debuted. I was there day one against the Seth Rollins in the Thunderdome. I was like, this guy's got something. Saw him in dark matches and SmackDown. This guy's got something. And then it took the Judgment Day for everyone else to see, okay, clearly he does. He's not just Muppet baby Rey Mysterio with very similar gear. He's like Muppet baby Eddie Guerrero in a much better way. I'm not saying he's better than Eddie. I'm saying it's better to, go that route that he went. But come on, man. 4 years into the Judgment Day. Is he going to be back by Mania? I assume so. I thought there was a chance we were going to get him at the Rumble. So, give him another couple months. Seth Rollins, is he going to be back by then? Are they doing Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker? And they'll just make do you think there's any chance they'll just say, oh yeah, that was Seth Rollins at the Rumble in a couple months, even though it clearly wasn't?
They can't do that. So the thing about that mask is they cut out enough of the mouth area so that
I know it looks like Logan or Jake Paul.
Yeah, like that has to be intentional. Like if you really didn't want anyone to see the mouth, there's plenty of masks that you could buy that would cover the mouth. Like they wanted.
Do you think that's where they're going? And if they even go that route, like is Braun the baby face in the Vision then? Like I don't think they'll do that, right? Seth versus Braun at Mania. But the rumor was that we were getting Braun versus Punk at Mania, so I assume he's got something big, Braun.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where we go from here because Elimination Chamber is probably going to shape up a bunch of does Braun win Elimination Chamber now?
I think Cody wins Elimination Chamber.
Oh God, with fucking Cody.
Because they didn't want to give him a third Rumble win in 4 years. So they had Roman win that and Cody will win the Chamber to earn himself another shot, but Jacob will make his way into the match somehow, I assume. And I think there's a chance, this might sound crazy. I think there's a chance Jacob leaves WrestleMania as champ.
Really?
I think there's a chance.
They're trying to make him right now. They are asking Cody Rhodes.
They're doing a decent job too. That promo he had against Cody where he interrupted the Cody promo and then they went face to face and he was wearing all the red shit and the brawl at Saturday Night's Main Event got people going. When is the Chamber? It's February 28th, Saturday, February 28th. Where is it this year? Do we know?
Chicago.
Oh, it is, right? That'll be sick.
Yeah.
All right, that's a fucking good. Oh, here's a question going back to Kane real quick. I was going to say, if they announced one last match for Kane, and let's say you didn't have any work baseball commitments, like you were off.
Saudi Arabia for that, yeah.
I was going to say, how far would you travel?
Saudi Arabia, yeah.
No way.
Yeah, I mean, who is it again?
Let's say London. Let's say they announced Kane's last match, London. You're there?
Yep.
Now I want them to announce this. I want them to do it again. Oh, and I saw Nick Khan since the last time I did podcast with you. I think I texted you about it, but it was strange. I saw Nick Khan at Zuffa Boxing, Dana White's event. Came up to me. He's like, when are we going to get you coming back to WWE events? I was like, I never stopped coming. I'm still coming to WWE events. You're still taking all my money, man. He was like, when is the last time we got you to an event? I was like, I was at WrestleMania. I was at John Cena's last match. He was like, all right, good. But I like, he came over, they like paid his respect. I think maybe because Dave and him have had back and forths. So I think it's just like not smoothing things over, but he's like, all right, you're the Barstool guy who doesn't yell at me.
I didn't know that they had history.
He was part of canceling Barstool Fan Talk, apparently.
Oh,
back in the day when he was way before WWE, when he was like an agent. I believe he had something to do with that, and then invited Dave to a boxing match or a basketball game or something to like sit with him and I think maybe like talk about things. And Dave was like, "Go fuck yourself," because that came back when I interviewed Tony Khan one day and I tweeted, "Any questions for Tony Khan?" Dave was like, "Yeah, ask that scumbag why he canceled BVT." Then I read it to Tony Khan on air. He was like, "I don't think I did that." And I was like, no, he's talking about Nick.
Yeah, I mean, I like very much flying under the radar as a WWE guy. Like, I like not having too many relationships over there, because then I can just actually like say what I feel.
You can let the takes fly.
Yeah. Like, I don't actually think that Gunther's a fatty, but I can say that.
I know if you met him doing, some kind of commercial shoot or something, you'd come to me and be like, "Oh, he's the man, Bob.
Yeah.
He loves the Red Sox."
Dude, speaking of which, I think I've already talked about this on here before, but I was talking to Jimmy Stewart, who big wrestling fan.
Legend.
Yeah. And I was like, how, like, all the wrestlers that I do know, it's through baseball. Like, Dom loves the Padres, Punk loves the Cubs, Corey Graves loves the Pirates, and
Cass,
Big
Yankees.
Bill, Big Bill and Enzo, they love the Yankees. So I have all these relationships, but it's always because of baseball. I was like, where is the fucking Red Sox guy? Like, you mean to tell me all these people in pro wrestling don't have...
You got to meet Kofi, right?
I never met Kofi, but he said Tommaso Ciampa. He's from Everett. And I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
So then I ended up just like reaching out to him, and it was when the Savannah Bananas were at Fenway. So he was like, come up. Like, but we had awesome, like, we were second row behind the Bananas on deck circle. And every time, because like I've, known of the Bananas since a year or two after they started. So every time that someone was in the on deck circle, they would just turn around and be talking to me the whole time. And then Jesse, the dude in the yellow,
like the big outfit with the top hat, right?
Yeah, like he would go out and be like, get the crowd fired up, and then he would just walk over to the fence and start talking to me. I was like, I can't leave these seats. Like, I would love to meet Tommaso Ciampa right now, but like, we're like, this is like,
bro, did you see his AEW debut, Tommaso?
So then I saw him debut the Psycho Killer. And
the presentation was awesome. Someone said he looked like a video game final boss. He really did.
He belongs. Like,
that was a good move for him. I think he wasn't getting used in WWE very much. He knows that he probably doesn't have the craziest long career ahead of him. Like, let me go have another singles run where I could just go put on fucking insane bangers with Mark Briscoe and shit.
Yeah. So he was saying, like, if I wrestled in the 90s, I absolutely would have gone to ECW. And he's like, 20 years from now, when we look back at these eras, I would have been like, yeah, like AEW is where I should have been. And I know, like, people will say wherever they are, it's like, yeah, this is where I belong and this is where I should be. But he actually does belong.
Some people are just better fits. And like, I know there's the crazy tribalism thing. Oh, but WWE, as the global whatever, it's like some people are just better fits for AEW. These people exist. I think Bryan Danielson was one of these guys where he just feels more comfortable immediately. Kenny Omega, I don't think would be used as well as he is in AEW. In WWE, they just wouldn't use him the right way. AEW is much more of a in-ring focused company. It's more about like, we'll put on 8 matches and give them all 30 minutes on a pay-per-view or something. Like, we'll have a crazy long pay-per-view. Whereas WWE's like, we'll give you 4 and a ton of Slim Jim ads in between. There's little things. One of my favorite Tommaso Ciampa stories comes from Kevin Owens way back in the day. They were really good friends, still are, I think. Way back when they were in PWG. And I think Kevin Owens initially recommended to Super Dragon, the booker, you should book this guy. He's really good. When he was like up and coming, he said, Tommaso Ciampa, great guy. couple months went by. I don't think he got booked. And then Super Dragon came to Kevin Owens and said, what was the name of that guy that you told me to book? Tomato Camper or something? And I think since then, like on Kevin's phone or something, or maybe it's just a thing he calls him, Tomato Camper. Yeah.
KO's the man. I that was like what, episode 2?
Episode 2 of From the Top Rope. Yeah, episode 1 was Cody. Episode 2 was KO. And I think KO was supposed to be episode 1, but we were still dealing with like the media ban list. They were like, and we were like, all right, we'll do an interview with Cody and then show you. Like, we're not trying to do some weird like gotcha. We're just trying to talk wrestling. We're trying to talk graps.
Yeah. I'll say it every time I come on here, Bob. From the Top Rope was so far ahead of its time. Like,
I know. If we were on YouTube, if we were just on YouTube initially.
Yeah, if we were on YouTube and
there's no videos of these interviews we did that were great.
A lot of them were phoners.
Yeah, we would literally
like Kevin was over the phone,
like a radio line.
Billy Gunn was a phoner.
Yep.
Yeah, we did a lot of phoners.
Don't even get me started on Meltzer saying Billy Gunn was never top 200 in the world. That was. Did you see any of that?
No, I tune out Meltzer.
Bro, don't even fucking get me started. And I'm not an anti-Meltzer guy. I know there's a lot of anti-Meltzer people out there. I take him or leave him, whatever. He's got great like obituaries and his like pieces on wrestling are great. His scoops are, a crapshoot every time. Yeah. But he was making the point, and it was a good point. He said, Big Show on commentary said like, oh, Kyle Fletcher's great, but he's not the level of Billy Gunn. And he was making the point that you probably shouldn't say that about one of your biggest stars, like up and coming stars, isn't the level of like your 62-year-old star.
Yeah.
And he said, Kyle Fletcher's top 5-7 in the world. Billy Gunn in his best year was never top 200. And it's just like, oh my God, it's such a bubble biased thing where it's like, he's like, there were better wrestlers in Mexico and Japan at that time at his peak. And it's like, but like better wrestlers, it doesn't just mean technical in-ring grappling ability. Like in my opinion, the mark of a best wrestler is like who's like the best in the ring, the best at selling merch, the best at getting reaction from the crowds. And there was not 200 people in the Attitude Era that were better at that than Billy Gunn. That's just
no. I mean, in fairness, I don't know that anyone was buying merch with like the lips and like the Mr. Ass on it or anything.
Oh, my brother did. My brother
really?
did. It lasted about as long as Kane's title run. He came home from the event. My dad immediately literally grabbed it by the collar and just stepped through it, ripped it in half. And he literally didn't enter the house wearing it. My dad was like outside mowing the lawn. He got home. Whoop! Go inside.
That's tough. That would be a great collector's item today.
Well, his buddy got the Road Dogg shirt. So they were like, okay, perfect. We'll be the fucking New Age Outlaws. I'm Mr. Ass, your Road Dogg, and stuff.
Couldn't. That's a tough sell. But Billy Gunn, even when he had like his little singles run that didn't exactly work out, you could tell he in a different era, maybe
never a bad wrestler. You could say he was more about like he was getting better reactions from the promos than the wrestling, I guess. But like he hits a famouser, the fucking crowd goes crazy every time.
My name's Billy.
All right, that's all I had. We got to do another one of these, definitely elimination chamber wise. We got to hit the road to WrestleMania for the people here. So
yeah,
I'll keep my eyes and ears peeled for when you're available for media.
I have a couple final takes.
Okay, yeah.
Bianca Belair, 10 months for a broken finger. Come on, where's she at?
I know.
I was expecting her back. I almost thought like Liv was my pick, but I was like, if we see Bianca as a surprise return, I'm switching my pick to Bianca.
Agreed.
She never showed up.
Are they doing Liv, Stephanie, Raquel as a triple threat, do you think? Because Liv eliminated Raquel and she's got a match with Stephanie coming up.
Maybe. Makes sense, I guess. I don't know. I don't really love triple threats.
If you do that, it feels very similar to the way they set up Rhea, Io, and Bianca, where it's like two of them have a very personal thing, and then there's one person in the, almost the WrestleMania 20 triple threat match between Shawn Michaels and Triple H.
Yeah. The other glaring omission from the Women's Royal Rumble, where was AJ Lee?
I was wondering the same thing. I wouldn't be shocked if AJ would rather not go to Saudi, knowing, I know Punk is there now, and it's the greatest moment of John Cena's career is Punk going over there.
Yeah.
She's probably got a one-on-one with Becky at WrestleMania for the IC title, if I had to guess.
Yeah. It just felt
it feels
weird.
like that feud probably isn't over.
After the big comeback and the return and all that, it just, I don't know, just felt like a no-brainer that she would have been part of the Rumble. She wasn't.
Yeah.
And then
Like
was there
someone
one?
tweeted that maybe the AJ Lee return was the friends we made along the way.
Yeah, it's just,
Like it
I
was
don't
just
know.
over pretty quickly. There's a lot of the girls from the Rumble match where I'm like, are they going to go in that direction? Or are they going to do something else? Like I think Kairi Sane and Asuka could have a match based on that weird interaction right before the Brie entrance. But then like, what do you do with Io and Rhea? They're currently the tag champs. Do you want them to have a tag match at WrestleMania? I don't think so. I think you probably want each of them in a singles match. If you did a tag match, do you do like a big one where it's Charlotte and Alexa versus Io and Rhea versus the Bella Twins?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you want to do something where you do like Rhea Ripley versus Jade Cargill and you try to like make a star at WrestleMania like that?
Speaking of Jade, that was one of my other final takes. I don't know who it was from NXT that came out during the Rumble. Forgive me for not knowing names. But she flexed and like doesn't have big, like we need to for the flex. Like I grew up in the Attitude Era.
Jordan Grace is jacked, so you can't be talking about her.
No. But like China, you can flex. Yeah, like Rhea, like she can flex.
Jordan Grace more than anyone else, I think.
Yeah, I think like Dana Brooke used to flex, and
Dana Brooke definitely. Dana Brooke had every taunt in the book. She would come out, flex, hit a cartwheel, hit a pose.
Yeah, like if you're gonna use the flex pose, like you've gotta have it.
You can't have Bob Fox arms. You gotta have Jared Carrabis arms, basically.
Right. So that is that's just that.
Oh, I didn't bring up the Kane of the Rumble, Lash Legend.
Yeah, that was an awesome impression as well.
She was actually really good. Yeah,
she was. So her theme is just a prototypical fucking deaf rebel, like Lash Legend. Like it's like,
dude, the themes are so bad. Nothing like accentuates how bad the themes are nowadays every year, like the Rumble. Because every time it's like I'm just waiting for a name to come up on the Titantron. Because I'm watching this shit and I'm still like, wait a minute, what song is this? And I mean, there's the clip from a couple years ago of Seth in the box where he's also like, huh?
Yeah.
It's a great clip.
I felt like that multiple times. Like I felt cool and knowledgeable being like, hearing the number one, and it was Obafemi, and I was like, I know who this is before I see who comes out. I was like, this is great. But yeah, there were a lot of other, like a lot of like the AAA guys. I'm like, I feel like we could have done one or two. Like we didn't need, like, this is where you're supposed to fill up like the nostalgia spots. Like if you're gonna,
and again, like it would have worked elsewhere. It wouldn't, the AAA guys aren't going to work in Saudi.
Yeah,
they just don't. They're not watching AAA there. There's no way.
No, like I consider myself a diehard, and I do not watch AAA. I barely.
I've bbeen watching the crossover. Like I watch when Dom has matches. I watched the Vikingo versus El Grande Americano. Did you see the clip where he was like, "Tell him to watch my fucking neck"?
No, I didn't see that.
He yells. It's El Grande yelling at the ref, and it's crazy because he's in the corner and Vikingo's like stomping his neck. He's like, "Tell him to watch my neck for fuck's sake." And then the ref goes and says something to Vikingo, which must have gotten lost in translation because he immediately comes and kicks him in the neck. Hard as fuck.
Yeah, I'll watch clips here and there. So yeah, there were a lot of spots.
Dom stuff's been good. When Dom has a match in AAA, you should tune in and watch because it's usually like live on YouTube and shit. Yeah. And like the crowd reactions to Dom are awesome. Like they're treating him like the golden god.
I love that. He deserves it. He deserves it. I was disappointed that he wasn't in the Rumble.
Maybe he would defend that title at WrestleMania. Fuck it. Have him defend the AAA title.
He would have been the perfect 30 entrant because people were expecting Jericho or whoever else. Like it's just like a troll spot. Like the 30 is like, it should be a troll spot, but
troll spot or an awesome spot, like one or the other.
Yeah, like a return. Yeah. But
Jericho,
when it was Gunther and he was hobbling to the ring, and then it got down to Gunther and Roman, I was looking at it being like, all right, so if Gunther eliminates Roman, that makes Roman look weak because this dude's hobbling. And if Roman eliminates Gunther, then how does that do anything for Roman? Like, obviously, he should be able to eliminate Gunther. He's hobbling. So once that was the final two, it was kind of just like, this doesn't really do anything for anybody now that we're here. But
agreed.
Whatever. Roman won. I don't give a fuck. Suck it. Suck it, all you Roman haters
At
out
this
there.
point, it is with me, like, I have Roman blinders on because of my nephew. My nephew's such a big Roman fan, just like you, where the second he won, booking brain goes out the window. I know some people were, you're putting Roman in this spot again. There's stale, no new stars, whatever. I don't even think about any of that stuff. I'm immediately like, my nephew must be going fucking crazy right now. And I texted my brother, like, oh my God, happy for LD. And he said, oh yeah, he's so happy right now. Like, he's going crazy. And I'm like, it's been a tough 2 years for Roman fans. You got 2 back-to-back losses at WrestleMania and not a ton of great stuff in between. No. You had his shoe stolen. You got the shoe LaFala going for, like, there was a lot of moments in these last 2 years for Roman fans where you guys had to be on the down and down. You guys were looking for lottery picks. You guys were tanking. And now all of a sudden, you're back.
Again, to go back to the sports comparison, where that's how I view WWE. Like, I have been a Roman fan since the Shield came up and put Ryback through the table. Like, just always loved Roman through the big dog. Like, I have suffered,
you
like,
did. You were a Roman guy through the big dog era.
The whole fucking time.
Suffering succotash. You were
suffering
still defending.
Succotash, and like I'm declaring for the Rumble. Like that thing. I've been through all the lows, bought all the merch. Like, I've got his shirts from when he was getting booed out of the fucking building as a baby face. And like the last 2 years, like, you can see the inactivity in the dork party group text where like it's just like the second that Cody beat Roman at WrestleMania, like, that shit was fucking firing every fucking Monday night, Friday for SmackDown, and all the PLEs. Like, when I, like, there's 10 movie theater seats out here. When Roman was champion, you had to show up early to guarantee a seat. And ever since he lost, it's like, yeah, sure, get whatever front row spot you want. Like, no one's fucking coming anymore. And now we're back, and I'm very excited about it. We've suffered long enough, and I hope he turns complete heel. Like, I want him to go back to being a heel. Like, I'm tired of the fucking baby face. I don't want all these.
I think we will have double tweener leading into Mania, right? Him and Punk, I think, are both going to be like, I don't think there's going to be clear established heel and face there.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah. At this point in their careers, the pinnacles that they've both reached, I feel like they're always just going to be cheered.
Yeah.
Like, you can't go full.
Punk will have one last full heel run, though, I think. Before Punk hangs it up, I think he wants to go full heel. I can't wait. He hasn't told me that, but yeah.
Yeah. So it feels good to be back. And people were tweeting me being like, man, if it's Punk and Roman at WrestleMania, that's got to be like, your two sons are fighting. Like, how are you going to choose? And it is going to be hard, but Roman never left me, like,
wow. Wow.
Like,
I thought you were going to go Mama Kelsey, like get a double jersey, cut down the middle.
I think, like, Punk has a title. Like when Roman's on top, like, I feel different. Like,
you haven't felt different these last few months.
What do you mean?
Like, Punk has the title currently, and you haven't felt different, you're saying.
Right, because it's not the title.
Mm-hmm. Would that feel like lesser than, like, if Roman wins this title, would part of you be like, he doesn't have?
We're not exactly back. Yeah.
Would you rather? Here's a question: would you rather them do what it looks like they're doing, Punk Roman, or the initially rumored thing of running back the Cody match with Roman?
I would rather Roman beat Cody for the title. Like, I'd rather get the title back on.
Is Cody. That just because you want him to have the main title? But let's say no titles are involved in either match. No titles. Would you rather see the match and feud Cody Roman 3 or Punk Roman 1?
I think the better story now is Punk and Roman.
I agree.
Um,
I'm glad that they didn't run it back right, because I think they will run it back. I think you have to run back Cody and Roman one more time at least. But you make that like their WrestleMania 19 Rock versus Austin. Where like, let's do that one more time in a few years.
Yeah. For all the marbles. And there's no coming back from this. Yeah.
And like that's one of those things where you could do the WrestleMania 19 thing where it's like, the title don't fucking matter here. This is about you and me.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I think
that's the Avengers Endgame match.
Oh, look at this guy with the Endgame analogies. Yeah.
That's that one. And it does not need the title at that point. I don't think Punk and Roman needs the title either, but
no.
Roman needs the title to be Roman. He doesn't, there's no, like, the match doesn't need it storytelling wise.
I think it adds a little bit to it because last year was about Heyman and not the title. I think it adds to this year being like, now it's about Heyman and the title.
Yeah.
I think there's a little bit more intrigue to it like that. Also, how do you think they do Saturday, Sunday? Do you think that's the Sunday main event?
Whatever. Whatever. I don't think they can put on a match at this point that would top whatever Roman ends up doing. And by the way, I want him.
They wouldn't do Cody Sunday night with the real title, quote unquote.
The man makes the title. The title doesn't make the man, Bob.
It also feels like they could get a Unreal episode out of that where Punk says the main evented last year, but it wasn't the true main event. Everyone wants the main event on Sunday night, and then you tell that story.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, if Roman had the fucking Butterfly Divas title, that's more important than whatever title Cody has.
I think you could do that in the video games. I think you could, the new 2K26 featuring CM Punk on the cover. Give Roman the Divas title.
Yeah, you could do that if you wanted to. But also, last point that I want to make: Roman needs to go away. He needs to. We shouldn't hear from him until after the Chamber. Like, let the champions fucking sweat it out, and let him, like, when he wants to decide. Huh?
Why do you think that? I feel like Roman's been away for so long that now in the home stretch, it's like, now I'd like to see Roman a little bit more.
Exactly.
Keep him special.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yep. I wouldn't hate that.
You want
also, like, I could see them doing like a segment. Obviously, we're not getting like something like John Cena turning heel, but I wouldn't be shocked if we got like a segment at the Elimination Chamber to try to sell some extra tickets. Roman Reigns will appear and make his decision, something like that, at the end of the pay-per-view.
That went well.
Or what if Cody? Can you do something with him and Cody where Cody wins the Chamber and then they have like a promo together where they're like trying to decide? That would be kind of sick if they're both like, well, what if I want to go after Punk? Well, what if I want to go after Punk? Just to, stoke those flames a little bit, let people know that like it's on the back burner. We'll get back to it.
Yeah, there's no imposed deadline in kayfabe.
That is, have we gotten that before where the winner of the Rumble and the Elimination Chamber winner are like fighting over who they want to?
No.
Well, I guess, yeah, you can't really do that because then the loser of that fight gets it like makes the other title look bad.
Like, I think it should also just be implied that the Rumble
like
winner has priority.
Like, it's also, I get that they'll say every title match at WrestleMania is a main event. I hate how much emphasis Michael Cole puts on Liv Morgan will now main event WrestleMania. It's like you're just insulting everyone's intelligence, including Liv's, because we all know that that's not main eventing WrestleMania. The same way we knew Jey Uso was not main eventing WrestleMania last year. You said he's going to the main event of WrestleMania. And I remember vividly that night saying, well, he'll probably open night one, and everyone being like, you're an idiot for that. They said main event. He deserves the main event. Listen, it's not about deserves. It's about, I know how this company operates. Liv Morgan will not be in the main event of WrestleMania. So let's not insult everybody and say she's in the main event. There's one, maybe two main events at this point. You could say night one, night two, both main events. I'm fine with that. But come on. The opening match of night one is not a main event.
It also used to be wherever Undertaker was on the card. If it wasn't on last, like that was considered a main event, which Punk.
True. That was like a a thing of its own. Like the streak
Yeah.
was an attraction for WrestleMania every year. Yeah.
It was a main event spot. Yeah.
That, and I did really laugh at Michael Cole just in the whitest voice humanly possible, being like, the young OG. Just like, ooh, some of these new nicknames and catchphrases just hit you with the okay boomer there. Michael Cole, okay boomer.
Yeah. Big Mets
All
fan,
right.
Michael Cole.
Oh, is he? I didn't know that. I mean, I knew he was a New York guy, but I didn't know he was like a Mets guy.
Loves the Mets.
Interesting. Got to get him and Clem on a call.
Dude, I get Clem on BID all the time. Anytime that like there's Mets news and I dial up Clem and it's
He's the best.
Like there's nobody better.
Nobody. All right. That was a great episode of From the Top Rope. I'm glad we went this long. You know, when we started this recording, I was like, we'll probably do like 40 minutes. I don't got much on the Rumble. Turns out we had a ton on the Rumble.
Got a lot to say, Bob. You know,
yeah.
We're back. And
it's the road to WrestleMania. Listen, even if the Rumble Saudi didn't feel right, now let's kick into high gear. Road to WrestleMania is awesome every year.
Yeah, this
at least it feels like it should be awesome.
This episode will be the first of several on the road to WrestleMania where we get to talk graps for the grapple fucks out there.
I love that. Maybe this year, hell, maybe we'll do WrestleMania Night 1, Night 2 podcasts separate. That'd be fun.
I would be down for that. So
we'll see how it shakes out.
Year, I looked at this last night. Last year, so normally we will record section 10 when the series is over, which is usually on Sunday night. So it's like, fuck, like WrestleMania, and like I got to do a podcast. So it's a huge thing. But last year, it was a 4-game series that ended on Monday. So I lucked out. This year, same thing. 4-game series that ends on Monday. So I don't have to do section 10 on Sunday. So I will be available for media on Sunday night following WrestleMania Night 2. Yes.
Fuck yeah. We'll do podcast post WrestleMania Night 1 and Night 2. That'll be fun. We've never done 2 WrestleMania podcasts before. I just told someone the story, I forget who, of us trying to get back from MetLife, WrestleMania 35. Dude. Getting a cab driver out of, like, it was like a mirage, like seeing this cab at 1 a.m. in the middle of nowhere, New Jersey. He's like, I'll only drive you to Port Authority. So we were like, that's fine. Like, just get us there. We'll get home. And then we recorded that podcast like 3 a.m.
People don't know the dedication and the drive and tenacity that built the foundation of From the Top Rope. They don't understand. We're almost like, we are what, a year away from a 10-year anniversary?
I think so. Yeah. It's like October will be 10 years for me at Barstool. So it's got to be very close to, it was like a couple months after I started, I think.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah. One day, Bob, somewhere down the line, I'm gonna sign like a 1-day contract to retire with Barstool Sports, and I'm gonna make sure that we record an episode that day so I can officially say that we did it as Barstool employees together.
Good. I love that. We'll get you on like a 1-day contract, but also we'll count it as, even if we do like 1 podcast a year. I know there were some years where we probably didn't even do a podcast, but we'll count it as like our career lasted 15 years as a podcast.
Pretty much. I would venture
we've outlasted the Beatles at this point, I think.
Like, maybe did we do any shows together the 2 years that I was at DraftKings? I feel like that was like the embargo period.
Yeah. Because we were separate gambling companies.
Yeah. So I think 22, it would have been 22 and 23 would have been embargo years. But then, like, once the embargo was lifted,
as soon as the Penn stuff was done, I think my first text to Dave was like, does this mean Carrabis can come on my podcast? He's like, yeah, I don't care.
Yeah.
Sweet. We're back.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, there was probably like a 2-year window where we didn't do shows. But I mean, even still, like that's
just hiatus, you know? There was multiple years where CM Punk didn't wrestle.
There was 2 years where we didn't do section 10, but this is still 10 years of section 10. Like, so yeah, fuck it. That is weird that like I just had like, you know, franchises that have gone on for a decade, but there's just like a 2-year block where they just didn't exist.
It's like a blackout period. Yeah. And look at, like, when we say it like that, I think people will think like we didn't talk for 2 years. We were still talking every pay-per-view. It's still the same thing. It's just we didn't do this on Zoom.
Yeah. Like I pretty much still regularly communicate with everyone at Barstool that
yeah.
like if I was friends with you when I was there, I talk to you all the
People
time.
think it's some kind of excommunicado. Like literally when anyone leaves, even with Glenny Balls, people are like, when was the last time you heard from him? It's like every day. Like
Every day, dude.
All the
Yeah.
time. Like Glenny's still fucking Glenny, you know?
Yeah.
All right. From the top rope. Great episode today. Hopefully people enjoy it. And we will talk to you next time on the road to WrestleMania.
We're back.